Hello, everyone. Welcome to some early morning Rekieta retardation. I really don't have time to make this video today. I really should be in bed, but I became aware of this situation live while it was happening while I was at work. And I was gonna wait for Alyssa Clips to clip this and post it to her channel, but I thought it would be funny to beat her to the punch. Like just this one time. This won't typically happen, but I I saw this. I didn't see it happen live, but I heard about it, and I just need to do a Rekieta retardation, right? I just need to talk about this. So let's go ahead and see Nick try and do his thing. Try to do his thing, if you know what I mean.
The whole like sort of you're gonna go into this person like they're accepting you in, so that's submissive by nature. I think that plays into it a little bit. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
you can do these things to me, and I've met women all over the spectrum on that who like all sorts of things. Now, again, to be very clear to the weirdos out there, I am a one woman guy, like literally from birth. Met Lady Raggets in college. She's my person. I've not
So Lady Rackets is Kayla is the only woman he's ever been with. Okay, like it's interesting to see him say that because it really does come off like that's the case because they really do. He really does have that kind of dynamic with her, but uh, yeah, it does kind of explain a lot, like why they're so like tight with each other in spite of everything that's going on. I do believe she is his first girlfriend.
not like banged a bunch of chicks. I've talked to a bunch of women about a bunch of stuff all over the place, and because I find the topic fascinating, and some of them really like most of them actually. I will say the majority of them really like the idea of a guy having control and say over what they do in the bedroom. Like, as long as it's consensual and not violent and horrible, that's what they
Yeah.
like. I think that's kind of the normative progression. Doesn't mean that if you like something else, it's not. It just that's kind of the regular. So it's like it's weird that smack my bitch up becomes what was it again?
Uh, Change my pitch up.
Change my pitch up. When he
It's the
becomes
stupidest
he
shit
becomes
I've
like a
ever heard.
faggot who someone squeezes balls and he's like, change my pitch up.
No, he
Like,
he becomes a double bottom, I believe.
God damn it.
And all right,
Jean de
Who even
Valette
is
says,
this
you married
guy?
right out of college. How many women can you have possibly known? No, that's what I'm saying. Jean de Valette, I do not profess to be an expert on any of this. And I didn't marry right out of college. I married in college.
He's not an expert in this, but this is all he wants to talk about, all he wants to discuss. Like, what, what's the narrative, bro? Like, what are you talking about? And like, by the way, who is this guy? Like, really, who is this guy? Like, I'm at the point now where I automatically do not trust anybody I see on Rekieta's show because you just know they're an enabler. They're someone. They are people who will do anything they can for the exposure on Rekieta Law. Like, I don't trust this individual because he's on Rekieta Law. Okay.
I married in college. I married in 2004. I graduated in 2005. We lived together for our well, we half lived together for 2004 because we had a dorm rooms that were right down the hallway from each other. And my dorm room was hilarious. But then in 2005, after we had married, we got our own apartment because you couldn't live on campus as a married couple where we went to school. So we got our own apartment or our own townhome, I should say. Section 8 housing. Hashtag buy all the Somalis. We had like 9 kids all around us. We're like, what the fuck? Why can't we get any laundry in the laundromat? Um, but no, we had this great place and it became a fun place for all of our friends. Like they would come over, we'd hang out, we'd cook and whatever. But it was fun. But no, I don't ever profess to be like this wild expert. I'm a guy who's been with one woman his entire life, and she's a woman who's been with one guy her entire life. Like we're happy with
Are you sure about that, Nick? Like, are you sure you're her one and only? Like, I feel like I'm gonna have to press a big like X to doubt on that because like I don't know. It just feels like a cope to me. The way he always says this, that like we're totally monogamous, guys. Like it's not something I've touched on a lot, but it does come off like he's not being completely 100% genuine when he says this, considering how much he emphasizes it. Right? Like when you see a typical married couple, they don't like come out and say like, "Oh, we're monogamous," because yeah, of course you are, right? It's so self-evident, like you don't have to talk about it, right? Like, but like with this guy, he constantly has to come out and do this thing, like, "Oh, we're monogamous," like he's trying to convince himself that it's true, right? It's like it's the big thing right now. Like, what exactly are the limitations of the marriage? Like, what exactly are they doing that forces him to do this thing where he constantly comes out and says, "I'm monogamous, we're monogamous, we're each other's first partner," right? Like that's his narrative. Like that's always been his narrative. But like it's pretty obviously not true, or at least like they're leaving something out, right? Like we don't have hard confirmation that like Kayla has been gangbanged or whatever, but like there are signs, right? There was that stream Drexel did where like he seemed to strongly imply that Kayla had come to him about like the potential of like her getting into swinging or whatever. Like things like that, right? They went to hedonism too, right? Like if they were just gonna have monogamous sex, like why go to a swinger resort, right? Like it doesn't make any sense. The swinger resort thing was confirmed, by the way. We know for a fact he went there. It's like okay, like he keeps saying this, be so it makes it look suspicious, right? Like it makes you look like you don't actually you're not actually adhering to what you say you are. And of course, like there are other instances of like him doing things like this, right? The legal practice, his insistence that he's a practicing attorney even though he isn't, his Christian faith, which is completely out the window, right? He puts on this facade of being this like trad family Christian man, and he's just not, right? And then you have this like the monogamous thing, right? Like I 100% don't believe him when he says this. Like it's just I just don't.
With that, we're happy with that. But we've met a lot of people in a lot of different scenarios, both in college and since, and in the last year to 18 months, we've met a whole bunch of different people too. It's crazy and wild, the varied experiences you come across. I think you can attest to that a little, not in that specific context. I'm not going to put that upon you. Don't take me wrong. As a streamer, you run into people in various phases of life and business and experience that you would never expect, because you cover like a topic or a subject and someone's like, "Hey, I do this." And you're like, "Holy shit, like you're this person."
Yeah, yeah, Baldo users never would I have thought to ever
Not a Baldo user, you
know
fucker.
anyone
God damn
that
it.
would actually do
I
that.
hate you so much. I literally did it for the memes. I did it for the memes.
4 times.
He did it for the memes. Like he showed off the Baldo. He talked about it with like that loving, caressing voice, like tone in his voice. He used it. Like yeah, he bragged about using it. Yeah, I did it for the memes. Really? Like you planned it to be a meme? Like you don't plan things to be memes. They just kind of become memes. Like the Baldo thing became a meme because it perfectly encapsulated what is wrong with your YouTube channel. Right? Like the Baldo thing was so ridiculous, your most hardcore dick suckers on Kiwi farms could not deny that you had a problem anymore. Right? That's how big of a deal it was. It was not planned. Like he's doing that thing again where he's just like, "Oh, it's not serious. It's just a joke." Like he thinks it's like his get out of jail free card. Oh, I didn't mean to make that diaper joke. Like it was funny, right? Like it was all planned out. Like it was all a ruse. I was pretending to be retarded, right? Like it's that kind of thinking. It's that kind of no, no. I 100%. He did not show off the Baldo intending it for intending it to be a joke. Okay, that 100% did not happen.
Once
Yes.
is for the memes.
I know.
You
I
did it
had
4
three.
times.
I had 3 rings, and I'm 40. Like I was 40 at the time, or 41 at the time. You have to like
Midlife crisis.
my ball sack was big
Dude,
enough to.
it's like if you once you fuck a dude, you're gay forever. I'm sorry. It's the
No,
same
I'm
kind of thing.
yeah.
Alright?
I'm fine
You're a
with that.
Baldo user for life.
Yes, if you're a Baldo user for life with 0 rings, you might as well try 4. I would try 5, but my ball sack isn't big enough. Like, it's not long enough. I'm not old enough. When I'm 50 or 60, I will put the 5th ring on, or the 4th ring on. The 4th ring. I'll put it on.
You're a Baldo user, right? You're looking forward to
I can't even watch this. This is like hard, bro. Like I don't think I've admitted this, but I've never actually seen the Baldo. I've seen him like do that thing where like he holds it up like this is the Baldo, but like I've never actually looked at like a schematic at how it works. Right? I have no intention to. Like, I feel like if I looked into it, like I would just go down this rabbit hole of just like degeneracy that I'll never be able to crawl out of. Like, I I can't even handle watching this. Like, it's like so cringy for me. Like, I just cannot stand this. It's just
the future when you can
I'm
add a
not
ring
looking forward to the future. I'm saying I will do it for the chat. I'll do it
for the chat.
for the
If
chat,
I
yeah.
look, if I was a
For
Baldo
the
user
Twitch
that
streamer.
loved the Baldos so much, I would. First of all, I want to be clear. I think people could
Get
have fun
sponsored?
with it. I have a promo code. If you use promo code knows, I get 10% of what you get 10% off, and I get 10% of whatever you pay. So on random times.
So wait, you are sponsored by the Baldo.
Yeah, if you buy a Baldo, at normal times, I'll get $7.
Hold on.
If
Do
you
you
buy
have
a
that in your description of the video?
no,
Why not? What do you
I used to do it when I was talking
You
about
got
it all
Field
the
of
time.
Greens?
Yeah, because Field of Greens pays me all the time. Baldo, like it's funny, but that's it. They never paid me a dime over the thing. You know what though? I gotta tell you, Adam, I sold well over 100 Baldos.
No way.
Well over 100 Baldos.
Wow.
I stopped counting after
Nick,
100
no.
but like when it's
That's
like
you. Who is it?
There's
Who is which
100
one of you is
there's
it?
100 people out there
It's not me. I promise it's not me.
who like, you know what?
Maybe PvP. Maybe Godwinson or some shit. It wasn't me.
It's mostly women. They're
Ralph
like, I know
did
I
it.
can buy this for him.
That's why they're friends now. Ralph did it. He bought all of them, used them on Pantsu, and that's why she left. Okay, that's gonna be the theory. Okay, it was Ralph.
My husband, by the way, guys, try harder.
Because they have ED.
Buying you a Baldo. They don't have ED. They just and the
I'm
girls
just
like,
saying it. I don't care. I don't care.
the
What
girls
you
are like,
say.
oh wait, that thing's like 2.5 inches.
You're just trying to
wide.
deny it so no one finds out about your ED.
If I had ED, I just
it's
tell
the
you.
whiskey.
No, if I have.
You already had all the kids.
Okay, Krigler. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. I've talked
Dude,
about this
the
before.
Sun, hold on. The sun
Stop.
is coming through my.
The sun. Oh, the sun is up. Oh, it's so bright. So, what are you, fucking John Carpenter's vampires here?
No, dude. The sun. When I see the sun shining, it's such a rarity nowadays because it comes up and says peace.
I want
Fuck
you to be.
I'm out.
I want you to be on my show till it goes away. No, I'm just saying this. Here, this is it. Very short topic.
Okay,
saying.
I'm gonna hover over leave studio.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right.
Look,
All right.
I've talked about this several times. There are things that make that a big issue. I have run into the whole like whiskey dick thing. I've done it. Not while using the Baldo. You use the Baldo sober. Like you do that. Like, sure. Cover up for the guys. If I had ED and used the Baldo, I'd just tell you. I don't care. Like it's not a big deal.
I mean, you didn't tell us about hedonism too. Like my understanding is that he still hasn't talked about hedonism too publicly. I don't know if he's like. I think Null has claimed that he admitted to it in like a DM or something, but like I think the officially like publicly he has not like confirmed it. So like he's in denial about that. You know, I know he's in denial about like the gay 90s thing. Like he always just refers to it as a bar and not like specifically some like notorious gay bar in Minneapolis, right? Like I know I'm aware of a lot of things that he has denied that are true. So like yeah, I'm not sure, like, his alcoholism is becoming a problem. I don't know if I've talked enough about this, but yeah, I don't think it's impossible that he has ED.
Deal to me. It's such a weird fucking thing. Like if I had ED, I would just tell you.
Okay, I believe you.
Lady Kayla would
I
tell us.
believe you.
People are strange.
I was just joking. I'm just joking the whole time.
You're not joking,
It was
Adam. You're always serious all the time.
Yeah.
That's why your beard
Oh,
goes down to your tits.
not yet.
okay, I think that's everything I needed to show. Yeah, like what a complete joke, right? Like the whole Baldo thing was like ridiculous to begin with, but yeah, he is trying to backtrack on that because that's such like a meme for his detractors. Like I would argue the Baldo thing is like the meme for like the detractor community, right? Like it just seems like the one thing that kind of unites everyone. Like yeah, this is kind of messed up, right? And I don't know what his core audience thinks of it because I honestly haven't been paying attention to his core audience that much. Like, well, I guess we call them the new audience or like the degenerate audience or like the wine moms or whatever. Like, I don't know anything about these people. Like, people talk about like Cynthia and like Mandy, and I have no idea what people are talking about. I'm not sure I want to know. Like, maybe I should do like, I don't know, a rabbit hole video where like I look into these people or like talk about what they did and what made them so notorious. But like, I don't know. It just feels like it's unnecessary, honestly. I kind of want to focus exclusively on Rekieta. I'm having trouble finding the time to even do that, you know. So yeah, what a complete joke. What a complete joke of a human being.